Guys, welcome back to another video. We are starting off things strong here in the unit today. It is Monday and we are pulling orders. So as you can see behind me here, we've got a big stack. I'm about halfway through pulling them. We've got one item that we can't find, but I wanted to start off by getting all these orders out here on Monday morning to the post office. We'll bring them home, get them packed. But for now, it's looking pretty good. I think we have about 40 or so in total. So I'll keep you guys posted. Okay guys, just finished pulling up everything here and it's not too bad. As you can see, there's a nice stack. There's some loose stuff mixed in here or there, but that won't take us too long to ship out. Definitely not a record weekend, but we will take it. That was some good stuff for sure. I'm gonna bring home a couple more of these double bubble mailers for putting in a couple multi-quantity orders of just 2 items. We also sold this Xbox 360 bundle, so I'm gonna find a box for that, which I think we have over here. One of these somewhere along here. We have some boxes that we can use to pack up that guy. So yeah, overall not too bad, and that's everything that's going out. Alrighty guys, well, we're back from the unit now, but it turns out that we've ran into quite a critical problem. You can see I've got the Xbox 360 lot here all packed up and ready to go, so I can put a sticker or a label on that. And we've got a few other things here ready to get packed, but the one thing that I've run into is we have bubble mailers, we have the stamps, we have our labels, but we're missing our return addresses. Like, you know those little return labels? I print them all on like a big sheet of 30. Well, those sheets I used to get from a dollar store nearby, and I can't seem to find them there anymore, and that's what my system was formatted to. I can't find them anywhere else locally. So I might have to do a run up to Staples to see if they have something similar that I can then format a sheet to print onto for our return labels, because I don't want to use a Dymo. It will cost too much per label, and they're also the same size. It's a little bit confusing sometimes for delivery. So I want to try and make it clear, but these have to go out today, which means that we need to get return addresses on these packages today, get them all set to go and dropped off at the post office. So it's going to be quite a challenge here. First things first, so I'm going to go ahead and get them all packed up and labeled with the buyer's address at least. We'll proceed after that to stamp them all, and then we'll see if we can find return addresses, and we'll put them on all of them right at the end. But of course, anything that has an actual 4x6 label will not be a problem. Like, this can go out right away. But we are going to run into some issues here with some of these items, actually with all of them, without a return address. Now, I will say, technically speaking, you don't actually have to ship with a return address. When you send out an item, you can send it as long as it has stamps or the money on it that is needed. It will go without a return address. However, that can be a problem, of course, if you have an item that doesn't arrive. Maybe the buyer moved, maybe it was non-deliverable for whatever reason. When they try to return it, they can't because there's no return address, and you end up losing that item. Now, we don't get a whole lot of returns. It's a common question I get. We're about 1% in terms of items that don't arrive via letter mail. It's somewhere between 1 and 2%. I think it's like 1.5% or something like that. So it's not a major deal, but obviously for those few that don't make it, we want them to come back. It's not something that we can start doing, is just sending without a return address. So we're going to figure that out today. This is the most frustrating drawer. I go here to get some bubble mailers out to start packing. This thing always falls out and it dumps bubble mailers all over the floor. I barely even use these things anymore. We're mainly selling video games. These are like the little tiny ones. Maybe if I had like a DS game or something, I could put it in them. But man, what a terrible way to store them. Like, I'm telling you guys, once a week, I go in here and these just fall out on me. So, yeah, we might just throw these guys out, or at least move them from here, because this is terrible. Look at this, guys. It's the same kind of situation on the other side, and I can tell that these ones want to do the exact same thing. It's just the worst system ever. Once again, guys, it would be $782.66 if we wanted to send all these items tracked or with an actual label, which is the exact reason why we don't. A lot of people say, well, I send all my items tracked. I'm afraid that a buyer might not get them. It's like, that's great, but it's going to be really hard for you to stay in business paying $782 to ship out what is essentially like 40 or 50 items. So that's why we don't do it. We use letter mail, of course, and sure, you get the odd thing that doesn't arrive or the buyer says it doesn't arrive, but for the most part, that is the reason why, and that's the only way you can stay in business, because you can't operate with that kind of expense. Like, just to give you guys an idea, that's 46 orders. I think it's like 50-something items there for $696. So the shipping would actually be more expensive than the total sale price of the items, so that's exactly why you can't do it. And of course, if you charge the buyer for that, well, they're just not going to buy the items, so yeah, you got to use letter mail. Guys, this shipping day is turning into a mess. So we did manage to get a fair amount of stuff packed up here, but all of these just have the one buyer's address on them. They don't have return addresses, and I haven't stamped them yet. I've got some items over here. These are international, so I can figure those out. This one was sold with letter mail shipping, but obviously that's not going through the slot in a bubble mailer, so I had to pay shipping on that. Not a big deal. It happens sometimes, but it is a little bit annoying. But then we start to run into problems. I mean, these are all multi-quantity orders. These ones need double bubble mailers, which is what we would normally use. This needs needs an 8x6x4 box, which are all at the unit, and I didn't bring any of those. I'm all out of them here, so I need to pack all that. The Xbox is good. I just still need to buy a label for it, so that's okay. But the one really big problem is that I totally forgot about the other store's existence. You see, I went to the unit. I was in a bit of a rush there. As you may have noticed, I was pulling items pretty quickly. I got out of there quick. And then, of course, I forgot to check the other store that we have, which is the one that we're closing down, the one that I haven't been listening to in forever. So it's kind of never on the top of my mind. But there were like 4 items that sold, some big ones, 2 consoles and stuff that sold. So I need those. I need 8x6x4s. I need more bubble mailers. In fact, I almost ran out of the ones here. We're missing an order. I can look again for that. And additionally, we need to pull those orders and get everything sorted out. So I think we have to go back to the unit today, guys. I think I had to go back there. We can maybe drop some of the stuff off on the way, but I'm not going to be able to finish shipping today. Also, I forgot all those items. This is such a mess. So I think that's our only choice. Okay, game plan established, guys. We're gonna go out to the dollar store and see if we cannot find any more return labels. If that doesn't work, we're gonna go to Staples, see if they have any of them there. We're also gonna look for more double bubble mailers because I'm pretty sure I'm out of them. Quick segue, because I don't think we've talked about these actually yet, but this is a double bubble mailer where we can fit 2 items in and then we can put a label on it or whatever and ship them out that way so we don't have to use a box. Anyway, some more of those would be great, and then we're heading off to the unit to pull the rest of the orders that we missed, whatever orders also came in today. I'm gonna wait a little bit and maybe go in like an hour, so then at least there are some time for orders today that come in, so we can ship those out. But it really doesn't matter at this point because I got to go tomorrow again anyway. But that's kind of the plan. Yeah, not great. Big mess up on my part. Today might be exclusively shipping. Oh, and also not to mention, we forgot to take this. This is what we listed last episode, as all this DVDs and stuff, and then all these loose discs back here. They need to be put into those and then taken to the unit. So that's what I'm going to work on right now. We'll take these with us. I still have to clean up the mess too. I probably won't get to that today now because I'm just like busy with all this stuff. So that's not a priority. We're going to get this stuff taken in there. Not a huge deal because it's still in the draft bank, but it'd be nice to get it out of here so we can start working on the rest of the new stuff that came in. So that's the plan. I found the bubble mailers, and I'm not seeing any labels here anywhere, guys, so we might have to come up with a better plan. Okay, well, we grabbed the stuff that we actually need now, so I've got those there, and I've got this stuff in here with some boxes. We've got the consoles and some games that we need, so that's everything in here. I did look again into V14, which is all the way back here, right there. The game that we're missing is not in there, so I also decided that I would check R14, which is all the way over here, but I also couldn't find anything in there down here. So I looked through all of those, guys, and unfortunately it's not there. But anyway, we did get what we need, so we're all good to go. Guys, we are back now, only accomplishing some of what we need to accomplish. I did get all the other items that sold, which include this Samsung dual tape deck, whatever it is, VCR DVD player, which you see the price on the screen there for. I got a couple 8x6x4 boxes. That is important for shipping those guys out. Coming over here, we got some bigger boxes. These are the 10x8x6s, I think. Anyway, we've got a couple of those because I was running low, but we don't actually need those for today. So they can just go down there with the bubble mailers. And then this was everything that also sold. We got some video games in here. I've got an Xbox 360 that was sold for parts, so we'll pack that up. Yeah, overall, nothing too crazy, but we got all that. We also got this little phone bundle that sold, again, price on the screen, and nothing special there. We got to get this stuff all shipped out now. Now, the one thing that we failed at accomplishing here was actually getting any return labels. I did check the Dollar Tree and Staples. I didn't find them there, so we're gonna have a problem. I'm gonna try to look online. I'm thinking maybe Amazon or Staples Online or somebody ought to have them. They're probably not gonna be the same ones that we have, but we'll just have to get them. They're the big sheets with like 30 labels on them. We'll reformat a sheet digitally that we can print onto them, and that should work. But that might mean that I don't know if we're gonna be able to get this stuff out today, which would make it late by one day if it ships tomorrow. I just don't know. I'm gonna look at Amazon and see if they have any same day delivery options, but this could be running a risk. So I might just end up, worst case scenario, printing them all with a Dymo for today and then just getting them out. But I'll see if there's anything because I really don't want to push them a day late. I also, as you guys saw, did get quite a few of these. I think I got 10 packs of 2, so that's 20 double bubble mailers we'll be able to use. And also just take a note to realize how remarkable it is that we actually got all this stuff sold since we started packing and we went back. So that's pretty remarkable. We need to go ahead and get all this stuff shipped now too, which just adds to the load of things that don't have return labels. Something interesting here as well, guys. I've had some trouble with this Dymo recently. I was using a bunch of labels that I got from Amazon, which worked very well, but at one point it got jammed and got really stuck, which is never fun. So I had to like take this whole thing apart and I fixed it so it's all good. But I ran out of labels again. It fits, I think, 130 per roll. So, I mean, I bought the same ones I bought before. Actually, they're slightly different, but I'm hoping that they'll work a little bit better. But I have not loaded one of these new rolls in yet. So I'm hoping that it'll work and it doesn't get jammed. Otherwise, that would really put an end to our shipping day here. Let me see if this works. Okay, so I load them onto this roll here. I put the other side on just like that. I load this up into the dyno itself, something like that. Okay, guys, just like that, it did load, which looks like we're gonna be good. But of course, it always prints out like the last 3 labels for some reason of the last people that I just shipped. I don't know why, but anyway, we're ready to go. We can close this down and get the rest of the labels printed. Well, guys, as you might see, as evidenced here, I did end up printing all of the return addresses on the dyno. Not the best use of money and the labels that we just bought, but it had to be done. Anyway, here's the haul at the end of the day, guys. We got, I think, like 45 bubble mailers in there, all with single games packed in them. We've got like 4 or 5, maybe 6 doubles right there. We've got all of those international parcels going out, and then all of these boxes here are all orders that we had to pack. I think there's a couple Xboxes, that DVD, VHS player, and then the phone, and maybe another bundle of games. So that's everything there. I need to go up and take it to the post office now. That was a lot of work. This is what I'm thinking though, guys, going forward in terms of being able to do the return addresses. This works really well on those gold things. And essentially what it is it's just a stamp. You push it down and it will actually come out and put the return address right on it. You don't have to print them or anything. This was one that I used for my old address, but I think I'm going to order a couple of new ones of these. Instead of printing out return addresses, we're just going to do them all via stamp. Guys, it's been a super long day of just shipping things out. Like everything that could go wrong today went wrong. I still have to clean up all the bubble mailers that fell out of my drawer and kind of clean this place up after the disaster that was shipping all that stuff out. I think I sometimes make it seem like, you know, worse than it is. I do enjoy it and it's not too bad. Shipping is definitely my least favorite part of the job, but I'll still get some fun out of it and just kind of relax and get stuff organized and shipped out. But it takes a lot of time away. I still have a ton of stuff that I wanted to list today, so I'm going to go and try and do some of that stuff here tonight. But with that said, I am going to wrap up today's video. Here is a quick one just about shipping stuff, which I think is always fun. Let me know what you guys struggle with the most when you're shipping your stuff out down below. I feel like we've tried to upgrade all of our equipment and try to make it kind of as streamlined and smooth as possible. But there always seems to be a bottleneck somewhere, whether we run out of labels, we run out of bubble mailers, we run out of, you know, whatever. It always seems that we're missing something. Today we went through like, I think almost 2 full rolls of stamps of hundreds. So that was quite a bit. You know, we almost could have ran out of so much other stuff today. So I think maybe we need to keep a higher inventory of the stuff that we use to ship in terms of materials. But that's just something to look at into the future and definitely have some reliable ways to, for example, put a return address on a parcel. Anyway, hopefully you guys found some value in this video and enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to go down below, smash the like button on it. And again, leave those comments down below. I'll try to reply to you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see you guys all in the next video.